Karim Rahemtulla has an unusual investment opportunity for us. It's a chance to invest in gold for under $20 an ounce with a number one gold stock. Karim calls it the single greatest gold investment he's ever seen. And we're revealing exactly what it is right here in this video teaser review for free. Now, ever since the Roman Emperor Diocletian debased Roman coinage to finance government spending in the late 3rd and early 4th centuries, issuing progressively less valuable money has always caused rampant inflation everywhere it has been tried. From Weimar Germany to Zimbabwe in 2017, it has always ended badly. And this time around will be no exception. One chart paints a grim picture, and that is the US federal debt to GDP ratio, which is now over 122%. However, even this doesn't quite tell the whole story, because when you factor in unfunded obligations such as Medicare and Social Security, the figure balloons to over 100 trillion. That means the real debt to GDP ratio is somewhere around 350%. But there is a silver, or rather gold lining, if you will, in all of this. And that is when dollars drop in value, gold gains value. It happened following the Diocletian era when gold exploded by 40,000% over the next 35 years. And it's happening now with gold up about 75% over the last 5 years since 2020. But what exactly is the best way to play this? Now, contrary to Karim's claims, the truth is that most gold miners do not outperform physical gold. And that's because, just like governments, most miners dilute their currencies, their common stock, by issuing far too many shares. And the ratio is awful among some of the most prominent gold miners, such as Barrick Gold and Anglo Gold, as one chart shows. However, Karim states that there is one exception to this rule, and he's calling it the single greatest mining stock in the history of the world. He deems it worthy of such very high praise because it's different from all the gold miners you see here in one important way. Instead of diluting its shares, it has tied them to the amount of gold reserves they have in the ground. So for every share of this company's stock that you buy, it represents more than 1 ounce of gold reserves, almost like some kind of private full reserve bank. Chart I was looking for was gold stocks per ounce, and you can see the miners Karim previously mentioned and his top pick in terms of gold stocks per ounce. Now, not only is this pick fully asset backed, but when you add in all of their inferred gold reserves and additional gold based on geological sampling, the gold per share figure shoots up to over $2 or over 2 ounces a share. Let's find out exactly what Karim's ultimate gold play is. Now, Karim's number one gold stock is only revealed inside of a special report called the Ultimate Gold Play. And the only way to get our hands on this report is by trying out Karim's new interactive trading research service called Catalyst's Cash Out. And the service costs $179 per year upfront. Now, fortunately, you're not going to have to pay any of this because some clues that were revealed in this teaser led us right to the pick. And we organized all of these over on Stock Exposer. And this is what we know about Karim's number one gold stock. Since last year, this company has grown its gold resources by over 1,000%. And it's been careful to keep more gold in its reserves than it has shares outstanding. The company, it's just started construction on its flagship mine in a remote region of BC, Canada. And the same project also holds the third largest copper reserves in the whole world. Finally, the stock currently trades for just under $20 per share. So, what is it? Well, given all of these clues, we were able to reveal Georgia's number one pick as Seabridge Gold Incorporated. And that's SA over on the NYSE. And the clues all stacked up like gold bars inside of a bank vault. First, from 2003 through 2022, Seabridge grew its total gold resources by just about 1,000%. Not in a single year, like Karim states, but this is a good start. Second, its proposed Kerr Sulphurides Mitchell project near Stewart, BC has technically started construction. Now, the KSM project is also the world's largest undeveloped gold, copper, and silver project as measured by reserves and resources. And finally, Seabridge stock trades for just under, or I should say just around $14 today, as this chart shows. Or not, because SA stock took a dive down to just under $12 per share. But it is still the world's largest undeveloped gold project nonetheless. The real question is, can we make 10 times the return of gold with Seabridge stock, as Karim claims in his teaser? Well, if we take a look at Seabridge over the past 2 decades, it has returned over 8,000%, which is more than 10 times the return of gold over the same time frame. Now, Yahoo isn't giving us a full picture here, but how likely is this gold gravy train to keep rolling down the tracks? Well, first, at a market cap of just over $1 billion, Seabridge is a good risk-reward bet, and this is why. It has a combined 50 million ounces of gold reserves between its wholly owned KSM and Courageous Lake projects, worth over $132 billion at today's gold prices. However, that's not mined gold that's in the ground, so we're going to assume that not all of this will eventually be recovered. But Seabridge also has another nearly 20 billion pounds of permitted, measured, and indicated copper resources. This kind of reserve backing puts a floor under its share price. The only real downside here is that Seabridge is not currently producing. However, its high gold reserve to share ratio does make up for this. And overall, I do like Seabridge's downside protection, its upside, and most importantly, management's mindfulness about optimizing resource ownership while limiting share dilution. Overall, one of the best ways to multiply your money over the long term is to buy assets for less than they are intrinsically worth. And this is one of them. So just a quick recap and conclusion of what we just went over before we wrap up here. And that's Karim Rahemtulla teased a chance to invest in gold for under $20 an ounce with his number one gold stock. He calls it the single greatest investment he's ever seen, because for every share of this company's stock you buy, it represents more than 1 ounce of gold reserves. Now, Karim, he only reveals its name in a special report that he calls the Ultimate Gold Play. The report is ours, but only if we try out his new interactive trading service, Catalyst Cash Out Live, for $179. However, clues were dropped throughout the teaser like gold nuggets on a trail, and we were able to unveil Karim's number one gold stock right here for free in this video as Seabridge Gold Incorporated. That's SA on the NYSE. And Seabridge, it has more gold reserves than any other public gold company at this time, putting a floor under its share price. It also has a management team that is mindful of not diluting shareholders, which is about as good as it gets. And it's especially rare for a miner. So at the end of the day, Seabridge Gold is that rarity, a rock solid pick. Now, let us know down in the comments what you believe a fair price for Seabridge shares is. And if you got any value out of this video whatsoever, hit the like and subscribe buttons. Until next time.